Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So a little while back, we were at the Calgary Renovation show, and as you know, Natalie and I love RVing. We did not expect to see an RV at the Calgary Renovation show, but we did. Pronghorn Expedition Vehicles have their own personal expedition vehicle, overlanding vehicle there for people to take a tour of. And so we got to chat with the owners a little bit, and they invited us down to their production facility just south of Calgary for a tour. Overlanding is a huge category in the RV space, in the vehicle space these days. When you search up overland vehicles on YouTube, when you're done ours, of course, you get tons of results. And we're so lucky today because we're here at Pronghorn Expedition Vehicles. I'm here with Dallas, and this is a company here locally in the Calgary area, just south about 30 minutes, let's say, depending on what side of the city you're on. And Dallas, such a cool company. We first met you guys at the Calgary Renovation show, and you're doing some really, really unique custom builds in this space. So first of all, tell us a little bit about the history of the company, because you guys are fairly young, but you actually, the vehicle that we're gonna show is your personal vehicle. And tell us, give a little bit of the history of it.
The business we started about 1.5 years ago. We opened our shop in April of last year, of 2022. So our shop's been open since then, and then we've been building. We built quite a few little campers last summer, and now we're building a couple custom builds right now. This one's just a shell, that one is full build, but that's kind of our history for the company.
Tell us what got you guys excited about building these vehicles?
It's kind of a long story, but it started with a trip to Iceland for us, and we rented a small little tiny van, and we stayed in that van for 10 days and toured the whole island. And then while we were on the east side of the island, we saw a ferry come across from Europe, a 2-day ferry with some of these vehicles similar to this and lots of others, but come off the ferry and gear up and gear down, getting on and off the ferry for their week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever around Iceland. Got us really interested in it, so we came home and started thinking about it and kind of had design in our head, and I think we started by looking for a vehicle for ourselves to do this and to build this. And with our history with architecture, design, and construction, we built our own. Found a vehicle, and then we just started the project and built our own. And then it kind of opened some doors and created opportunities to start our own business. We were asked by a company that provides the panels to build projects for them, basically. So we did. We said, okay, we started a company. Yeah. And it was a year or so of just kind of getting the company going, getting website up, getting customers on board with projects. And then when we acquired all the projects and brought them here, then I basically quit my career, and Andrea, quit her career at the beginning of COVID. And then we started building in April of 2022. So here we are.
So Dallas, tell us about the build process.
So people find us typically on our website or on social media, or even word of mouth has happened. And then once they contact us, we usually take a deposit and then get the panels ordered and some of the products ordered. For a full custom build, we do mainly custom things. We do have kind of some things that we do sort of streamline with some of the campers and stuff, but most everything's custom. So a full custom build from start to finish, inside and out, it can be about a year process from design. From the time we take a deposit, it would be a year for design, procuring all the items, getting the panels and the big procurement items, long lead items ordered. And then a big, huge build could be 1,000 hours to build it. So it takes several months to build as well. So it's about a year process for that. But we do a lot of different stages. Like this one, for example, is basically an empty shell with some other things and brush bars and things like that. So, it's only a few weeks worth of work, but it's just something that we do and customize for people. And we'll be involved in the project however much a customer wants us to be. So like this one, the customer is doing the whole interior themselves, electrical.
Oh, okay.
Solar, and
so people can opt to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll work with them if they want us to do some of the solar or heating or whatever it is, we'll do that, and they can take it from there. Yep. The whole the original idea of these panels was like DIY market.
Right.
So we're kind of filling that void between complete DIY and just fully finished, basically campers or overland vehicles. So.
And tell us about the panels themselves. So, because a house is only as good as the foundation and the walls and all things like that. So.
Yeah, so you can kind of see this is the insides of these ones. It's a solid rigid insulation, polyurethane, and then a fiberglass skin, FRP, so fiberglass reinforced polymer skin on each side, and that makes up the structure with the fiberglass pultruded corners. So these go through a die with all the fibers and the resin. They get pulled through a die, so hence pultrusion, and they come out through the other side of the die looking like this. So these are really strong fiberglass corners that are, with the panels, are the structure of the whole entire house or habitat. And then with the fiberglass, they're thermal transfer free, so fiberglass doesn't conduct thermally like metals and woods and things. So with this system, and this one is a 2-inch wall, it's perfectly capable of surviving and being in any kind of climate, hot or cold. Great for Canadian winters. You can use them all year round, and no condensation inside on the walls at all through this, because there's zero thermal transfer. So they're really quite amazing.
So we're gonna go check out one. And Dallas, where would this be in the build process in terms of completion?
This one, we're probably about 65–70% complete. We are just finishing out the inside. A lot of the mechanical's done. We're running all the electrical and wiring and solar system. And then once all the wiring is complete, we can finish out the whole cabinetry inside and then put it on the truck and get it going down the road. So, but once it's on the truck, we still do have toolboxes and things to do outside underneath as well. So we still have about a month or so to go on this one.
Okay.
But,
so they'll be camping this summer.
Absolutely, they will be. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. One of the things I'm noticing here, if anyone's ever seen Airstream and how they do their controls and their buttons and stuff, that's very Airstream-like. So you're getting some higher end finishings here, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Like everything's custom that we do. So the customer wanted really nice finishes in here, and we do, some of the stuff is kind of standard. We use these switches a lot ourselves. We use them in our own build as well, and we really like them. They're really streamlined and quality, and just push button like your phone, touch screen kind of thing. So.
And do they have all sorts of connectivity through apps and things like that, the control panels?
They do as well. With our Victron system, you can have a look at your water tank levels, your water tank temperature. If you have tanks outside, you can look at a lot of things on there, on what your system is doing at any one time. And if your vehicle has got its own Wi-Fi or near Wi-Fi, you can monitor it from anywhere if your vehicle's parked. So you can always see what temperature it is, what's going on inside.
Yeah, and I would assume people are opting for a lot of solar, obviously, because these are off-grid vehicles.
This one has four, I'm going to say, I believe it's about 375 watt panels each. There's four of them. And then we have 500 amp hours of lithium iron batteries as well, cold weather, deep cycle.
Yeah.
These ones are heated too, I believe, these batteries.
And then tell us about the water system, the heating system in the vehicle here.
Yeah, so this one has a recirculating shower. So by that, we mean you can have pretty much unlimited hot water showers using the same water over and over again. It goes through a stage of quite a few filters, the last one being a UV filter for bacteria. So rather than doing a normal camp shower, we call it, where you turn the water on, get wet, turn it off, and suds up and so on. This one you can just have an unlimited shower as long as you're using eco-friendly soaps, detergents meant for septic tanks, septic fields. Your filters will last a lot longer before you have to maintain them or clean them. So that's that, and then we use a hydronic heater outside the vehicle to heat the engine as well. So it heats the coolant in the engine, but we bring that coolant inside to a plate heat exchanger, and then that heats our water as well. So we basically have unlimited hot water as long as you have a little bit of diesel in your fuel tank to run the heater, and it uses very little power. So if you have a little bit of solar, you can have
very
unlimited
cool
showers.
Yeah. All right, let's move on into the kitchen here. So again, everything's custom, but in this particular build, I am seeing, I'm not sure what kind of oven that is, but yeah, what typically are people opting for kitchen-wise? It's a really good sized kitchen for this size of unit.
Yeah, I think that's important to a lot of our customers, it seems, and us as well, to have a good prep surface, decent counter size. This one in particular has a diesel oven and a diesel cooktop. The vehicle's diesel, right? Rather than carrying around propanes, we don't really work with propane. It's always either diesel or electricity via solar. So these vehicles are designed in a way you never really have to have shore power or plugged in. You have enough solar even throughout the winter and batteries to store your power. And then if you really need to, if you're low on solar for whatever reason, for cloudy days or stormy days, for days on end, you can start your vehicle and charge your batteries that way as well with a bigger size high amp alternator that we can put on the vehicle to charge the batteries.
So that's it. That's the tour of Pronghorn Expedition Vehicles. Thank you so much to Andrea and Dallas for having us down, as well as their dog Jake, who we didn't show in this video, but a great companion there in their production facility. So is an Expedition or Overland vehicle something you've been interested in? Place your comments down below. I'd love to see what you guys think. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody you know that might be interested, and we would appreciate your support by subscribing to the channel, ringing that notification bell so you know when we put out our next video, and we'll see you in the next video.